Hi everyone, welcome to another lesson on the kick Joseki. In the previous lesson, 504.1, we talked about this basic pattern. So the variation for the kick Joseki is for white to play the kick at number 6, black plays here at number 7, white has two choices, either here or here. These days, playing here on the 4th line is recommended, and black playing here on the 4th line is also recommended, but we'll talk about both this move and this move, as well as white's small knight's corner closer and this one space jump. If you're not familiar with this pattern, please check out the previous lesson before listening to my explanation here, because now we're doing some follow-ups to this shape. Here I want to talk about the understanding of this Joseki. It is a common understanding or misunderstanding for a lot of beginners to think that after this Joseki is done, white has the corner territory and black has the side territory here. But that is simply not true. The correct way to understand the Joseki is that both sides are kind of marking their territory, but these territories can be exchanged for something else, right? And that's what makes Go very hard, because you do not determine the boundaries of your territory with just these 6 moves here on the upper left corner. All of the so-called territory here on the side, here in the corner, and the so-called spheres of influence are transitory. They can be exchanged for something else. So let's talk about the follow-ups for white on the upper side in this lesson. If black plays here at number 9, one simple move white can make to solidify its own corner territory is to simply play this bend and connect. Because we'll talk about all the things that black can do inside this corner without 10 and 12, it is a very big move, as I mentioned in the previous lesson. However, white has given Sente back to black, so black will have the initiative to play elsewhere on the board, which is more valuable than playing at 10 and 12. And that is why we do not add 10 and 12 to this Joseki, because they are more valuable spots to play on the board after black's number 9. And please note that 10 and 12 is not Sente. Let's say black plays the corner closer and white come in to the upper side. Now this is very small. White can try this move. This is an endgame move, and black will very happily play here on the 2nd line and allow white to play on the 1st line and 2nd line. So this is very good for black, and white barely gains anything. You might say that black lost a few points of territory here on the upper side, but that's not entirely true because black's shape is much better. Whereas sometime down the line, if you have white stones here on the upper side, something like this, then black might be a little more vulnerable here if white chooses to attack this way. So white has more options here. But by playing here on the 2nd line, white has eliminated all those other options. So this is very bad for white, especially at the beginning of a game. This is an endgame move. Of course, there's this move as well. It is not as sharp when it's played here. Black can simply play here on the 2nd line, making the connection. And white's best move is to jump out if it wants to save number 14. Whenever you play a not so good move at the beginning of a game, you can always play away. This also works. You do not have to continue rescuing a stone that was not a good move. But if white wants to do it, white can play here, black will jump. These 2 stones are actually not as big, because if white wants to kill them, black will simply play this squeeze. It cannot capture, but it'll be something like this. Black is okay with sacrificing these 3 stones because white is kind of over-concentrated here, and black's wall right here is very strong. So this is good for black. And that is why white does not want to come in here, right? You already lost Sente here. White should definitely play somewhere else. So that is the bend and connect after black's number 9. Number 9 is not recommended compared to this move on the 4th line at the start point, because number 9 here is a little too low. White has this move, which is really annoying. This invasion, we can call it an invasion, but this so-called invasion is not what most beginners think. Beginners think you invade and you try to live. Is there a way to live? Yes. Black will play this attachment, keeping white down. And this is the wrong move, right? Number 12, it's trying to live, and it is the wrong move. In order to live, white will have to crawl here on the side, like this. And this is extremely painful. This is terrible for white, and very, very good for black, because black has built a wall with great potential toward the center. And this is a common misunderstanding for beginners that I need to clarify. Beginners usually think of the side territory as either being the opponent's territory or my territory. Here you might say white has eliminated black's territory here on the upper side and has turned black's territory into white's territory, although white is living here on the second line, but still, it's white making an invasion and eliminating black's territory. Isn't that supposed to be good for white? And the answer is absolutely no, because Go is not either or. When we have this pattern, our understanding should be that this is not yet black's territory. White can still come in, theoretically, though number 10 here may not be a good move. And sometime down the line, when white is stronger on the outside, these 3 stones may be under attack. These are all possibilities for the future. And another very important concept is potential. By playing this exchange, by crawling here on the second line, white has given black great potential toward the center. And that is something that number 9, these 3 black stones do not really have. They do not really have great potential toward the center. Why? Because white can simply play here on the 5th line, something like this. And white has potential, and black is kept relatively low. Or white also has this move, might be something like this. Then white also has potential here toward the center. And potential is extremely, extremely important. It's not just about the territory. So in the previous variation, white has traded this territory for the potential, and it is a terrible trade at the beginning of a game. But we see beginners do this a lot as white. So that's the misunderstanding that must be clarified. Then you would ask, why would white want to play here number 10 if all white wants is to give it up, right? And exactly, white can give it up by either playing here, this bend and connect, and now once again, having this exchange is slightly better, right? Because we said if white does this bend and connect first, black should play on the second line. Number 11 should be here on the second line. Should be something like this, right? Rather than playing here. So white definitely benefits from this exchange if it follows up with 12 and 14 here. And now at the beginning of a game, black should still take sente and play somewhere else. And how do we follow up with this shape? White can clamp here. This way these 2 stones will be able to connect, right? Black cannot stand down there. This way black will be cut up and killed. And black should not save this stone for now. Black should simply play here. Black has a solid shape here on the outside and has good potential now, and is not really afraid of being attacked. Whereas white has played not too big moves. Not small, but not super valuable moves here on the side. And most importantly, white has given black sente at number 15. So this is playable for black. Be careful not to save number 13, right? If you connect here, white is not going to connect back and allow you to play at number 19. White's move is actually to bend here. Now the best black can do is to cut. And white will have this Atari, which is a really sharp move. If black connects, then this will be disastrous because now white can connect underneath and black is cut off. Black cannot kill number 18, and either 9 or 19 will be killed, or these 6 stones will be in a lot of trouble. So this is definitely not okay for black. So if you made this mistake playing at number 17, you have to play here on the first line, Atari, and connect back. This is the best black can do, but this is already very good for white. because white has great potential toward the center. White is on the outside now. And please note that white does not want to connect here. Doesn't really matter for the thickness, for the potential here, because white can capture right back. This is the same for the potential. So this is a tip for beginners. Do not connect here because it's useless. So this will be very, very good for white. That is why black should not try to save number 13 because of its shape. It's still incomplete. It needs to finish its shape with number 17. And this is pretty good for black. And of course, speaking of potential, white also has the option of playing here. Now, black must cut, right? If black allows white to connect like this and cut black off this way, this is unacceptable. This shape is just unacceptable for black, right? So black must cut here. And what white can do now is to Atari, black connects, and white can just stretch here on the 4th line. Black cannot really bend yet because white has this cut, and this will force black to have to capture number 10, and number 17 will be in a relatively vulnerable spot. If black extends, white can keep playing on the 4th line. Now if black bends, white will still cut, and this will probably lead to a sacrifice here on the side. But what white can do is to stand down here now. Black cannot play here because number 28 will kill these 4 stones. So black will probably have to capture these 2 stones and white can connect back. So these 4 black stones will be cut off. So there might be some complications here and there. But of course, black can always play this Atari on the 2nd line. And now there's number 10 cannot connect back. Right? So there'll be a fight. There'll be a fight here. But if black plays here, then this is a more peaceful way to progress. And white has some potential here to right the center. Not super strong, but black is kept low for the moment. So this is what I mean by transitory, because white has solidified black's territory, but white has also gained here on the outside. And this is a much better trade for white than the variation we saw earlier, where white lived on the 2nd line. So these are the main variations after black's number 9 here on the 3rd line. The variations are not super complicated. If you're a beginner, you don't need to worry about remembering all of them because you'll have to review these patterns anyway when you get stronger, when you forget them. It always takes a few iterations before you can remember things. I feel that holds true for me as well. Even when I was doing research on these Josekis, I would look at the same sources many times to gain a better understanding. So in our next lesson, we will talk about white's follow-ups to black's number 9 here on the start point on the 4th line. And the variations will be quite different and also pretty complicated. And after that, we will talk about black's potential follow-up moves to invade or to harass white's corner if white does not play the bend and connect. So as we'll see, these so-called territories are only temporary for now. They're not set in stone and they can be transitory, and the 2 sides should be pretty flexible about when to protect it and when to turn it into potential. And that's where we will pick up in our next lesson. Thank you for watching.